How we doing today, guys? It's Sammy here at Anglers, joined with Alex. We're here for your weekly fishing report, as always. So there's all sorts of stuff coming up. What do we got going on? We got a sale?
We got a sale coming up. That's Thanksgiving, Black Friday through Sunday. Go to our website for full details on there. Lots of good sales going on. The Iowa, Okuma, and more. So make sure you check that out.
And even a little special on Saturday. Small businesses will be 20% off. That includes some of our lures, some of your popular jigging baits, and all sorts of other content.
All the good stuff. So let's get started here. So, Rockfish. We got a lot of good stuff going on now. Season's about to come to an end, but it doesn't mean that the fish are going to stop biting.
Not quite yet.
So we got stuff going on throughout the area here. Trolling wise, lots of mid-sized fish still around this area.
For sure.
What have you heard out there?
As far as coming above the bridge, there's all sorts of fish that have kind of been in the same spots they've been in all fall at the Mowsey rivers, on some hard bottom out towards the middle as well. But all sorts of fish from that, 18 to 26, 27 inch range are still above the bridge. So you have an opportunity to go catch some good fish, whether you want to troll, jig, or do whatever. But talking about big fish, now we're going to start pushing south a little bit. A lot of those are fizzling out of our systems up here.
Right, and then I've also heard of some bigger fish that seem to be, I'm not going to say fully migratory fish, but some bigger fish down south towards the target ship, Point Lookout, all the way up to 72A, 72B on that eastern shore side. So there's some big fish in that general area down south. Like you said, trolling, jigging, whatever method you want to try, they're there. And with this colder weather, it should be getting even better.
So most of our bait sizes are getting bigger and bigger, especially when you're talking about jigging this time of the year. We're mostly going to be fishing some of these bigger profiles. These are 7-inch Fat Boys by Bustums. That's albino white ice. And then we have some of the bigger Streak XLs from Z-Man. This is an 8-inch profile, which is quickly becoming very, very popular.
Oh, yeah.
As far as baits, jig heads go, now we're in heavier stuff. We're looking more at that 3/4, 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce size jig heads. But you're not limited just to plastics if you're going to be fishing, artificially. Jigging spoons are phenomenal this time of the year. You're going to find a lot of fish that are going to be stacked up close to the bottom, if not right on the bottom. I see that a lot, especially when you're slacker tides. You can still catch fish, being able to jig these guys straight off of the bottom. They have a nice flutter with them. They get down, they stay in place, and you catch a lot of fish with those.
Yeah, I mean, all those places that we spoke of, you can use all of these. Trolling-wise, umbrellas, still kind of the main ticket.
If you are going to be fishing umbrellas, make sure you add some weight to them this time of year too, because the fish are definitely down. I've seen a lot of people fishing no weight, but you want to add, quite a bit right now.
Trying to be in the last,
trying to be in the last 5-8 foot of the water column if you're in, say, 35, 40 feet. But if you push out in deeper, 50, 60, you still want to be down, 30 some feet.
Right, and that's the thing that we spoke of last week. Most of those fish being suspended in the middle of the channels, and that's kind of proven to be true even down south in those areas down from Solomon's and below. Most of the fish are going to be stacked up in the middle of the channel, all suspended. So there's a lot of breaking fish in there with mixed sizes of fish, and like you said, everything seems to be suspended from 30 foot to 40 foot down when the tide's kind of slack. But check all your main points like you just mentioned, and those jigs will work pretty well for that.
So besides rockfish, there's still all sorts of other stuff going on right now. My favorite, of course, is pickerel fishing. Pickerel fishing is picking up so much this time of the year. It's a great time to get out. You can catch a lot of fish, and it's some of the best starts I've seen this year. All not just over here on our main rivers, but also on the shore as well. There's all sorts of baits you can fish for pickerel, but I think a classic 4-inch paddle tail is my favorite. You can pair it up with some spinners, which is great. A classic Neps would be another good option. These smaller jerk baits, some blade baits. They really eat a lot of different profiles. As long as you're trying to mimic something in that 3 to 5 inch profile in the shallow water, you can do really well.
Seems like the pickerel fishing in the Severn Magothy are a little bit better this year than
a lot better start than we've had in quite a while, for sure.
I've seen some decent sized fish, even in the Patapsco, up to like 26 inches already. So hopefully it stays that way throughout this season. But yeah, those are the main rivers you want to check out, especially if you're on a boat. Patapsco, Magothy, Severn on this side of the bridge. If you're going over to the shore, all those ponds on there have pretty good size.
They have some big ones too. They've been in there for a long time.
Oh yeah, and then besides that, you can get into some crappie, bass fishing, all that good freshwater stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on with pickerel now. some deeper water white perch.
White perch fishing's been pretty good lately, and once again, it's that time of year you can just sit out there
Yeah.
on top of a school of white perch and catch one after the other if you get on top of them. They really school up tight this time of the year. Finding hard bottom anywhere from 15 to 30 feet of water is typically where we've been seeing most of those, but I still have heard of a few fish in the shallows, but primarily they're going to be in that deeper part this time of year.
Yellow perch, they're going to continue to pick up here. Haven't heard too much about them, but they're definitely this the time of the year when I usually start going out and going up in the upper parts of the tidal rivers around here, like Magothy, Severn, and trying to fish some minnows on the bobber and fishing around docks. And sometimes you get a couple yellow perch, some white perch mixed in, and even some pickerel in there.
Oh yeah.
So this is a good time to start and going out there and checking them out. I'm pretty sure they're on the move right now.
Oh yeah, and speaking of some other fish you're going to see in that freshwater upper tidal basins areas are crappie. Crappie's been pretty good from my understanding on the shore. A lot of different rivers over there have held quite a few of them. And along with like the ponds and the lakes, you always see all those mill ponds hold all sorts of different fish. You can go over there and catch 5 different species all day long.
Now, continuing with the freshwater stuff and tidal, like upper tidal stuff, snakehead. With this weather being pretty much up and down, I'm still seeing some guys catching some snakehead on minnows. Actually, quite a few, and some good sized ones too. So don't be afraid to go out there to Blackwater and drift some minnows out there because they're still biting. And that's one of those fish that we're all learning more and more as we go on.
And I think they're getting smarter as we learn too. That's for sure.
That's one of those things where you never know, even if it's cold out there, they're still pretty much going to bite something. But yeah, make sure you go and check that out. Any other stuff that we have going on?
Any other stuff? I think that's probably going to wrap it up this week. So just one more reminder, we do have our sales coming up for Black Friday. So stop on by. All this stuff you see here will be on sale along with most of the stuff.
Right. Well, you guys have a good one, and thank you. And tight lines, and have a good one.
Thank you, guys.